श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादम् शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुर्ब्रह्मेति भेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्यक्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः कारस्त्वन्धकारो वै ऋकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरुद्धित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते सदाशिवः समारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यात् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु निराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ केनेषितं पतति प्रेषितं मनः केन प्राणः प्रथमः प्रैतियुक्तः केनैषिताम् वाचमिमां वदन्ति चक्षुश्रोत्रम् कौ देवो युनक्ति श्रोत्रस्य श्रोत्रम् मनसो मनो यत् वाचो वाचम् सौ प्राणस्य प्राणः चक्षुषः चक्षुः अतिमुच्य धीराः प्रेत्या अस्मात् लोकात् प्रेत्यास्मात् लोकात् कृता भवन्ति न तत्र चक्षुः गच्छति न वाक् गच्छति नो मनः न विद्मः न विजानीमः यथेतत् अनुशिष्यात् अन्यत् एव तत् विदितात् अथो अविदितात् अधे इति शुश्रुमः पूर्वेषाम् ये नः तद्व्याचचक्षिरे First mantra asked by student Manah Pranah Vacham Chakshuhu Shrotram is impelled or even willed by who? This is the main question. And when he asks, the student knows this all subtle body are gross, means all are jada, inert, and this sthula body is also gross, then there must be some different principle. He is mentioned as a deva. What is that principle in the presence of which all subtle body does its activity? And teacher has replied in second mantra. He says this principle is nothing but it is a shrotrasya shrotram. This principle is the mind of the mind. This principle is the speech of the speech, prana of the prana, and chakshu means eyes of the eyes. The meaning is even this all shrotra means all ear, mind, speech, prana, and chakshu. They are different from this. To show this, they have usage of this shotrasya. This all are in sixth case, means they are because of which present ear, mind can be active. Then principle, dhiraha. If some people, dhiraha means atmagnan, a one who is self-knowledge, a person who has wisdom, and how this wisdom has been come. So we have seen that person undergone through or karma yoga sadhana or upasana yoga sadhana, shravan manan nididhyasanam, having gone through properly, and one who knows I am only consciousness, not at all other thing. This person are called dhiraha, And these people, Atimuchya, in spite of living in this body, they know I am not body, mind, sense complex. This understanding is called Atimuchya. And what we are doing meditation, these people knows this gross body and subtle body is given as an instrument to me, but I am not this gross and subtle body. This understanding is called Atimuchya, and by this understanding, the problems of both mind and this full body cannot affect the person. This is called Atimuchya, and even I have told these people are called Jivan Mukta. So while living only, they are free. The meaning of Jivan means while living, Mukta means they are free. So moksha is not any type of condition we will get after death. But moksha is only the thing we should know who we are. By knowing this, we are not body, mind, sense complex. We are free. Right now also we are free, but we don't, because we consider ourselves as a body, mind, sense complex. There we think we are bound. But when we come to know in reality, I am not body, mind, sense complex. I am totally free from this body and mind. Such people are called Jivan Mukta. Jivan means while living, they are free. So Atimuchya Dhiraha, it is the for Jivan Mukta. And what will happen to them? Then Shastra says, Asmat Lokat Pretya. This is a one phrase. This is a Pretya Asmat Lokat. So when Prarabdha Karma will get over, then this people has to leave this body. It is called Asmat, means this. Loka means this. Earth, Pretya. So having born from this world, what will happen to them? They say Amrutaha Bhavanti. So they are Amruta. What I have said, Mruta means died. Amruta means they won't die. So Amrutaha Bhavanti, they won't die after any time. It is called Videha Mukti. Right now I cannot able to write, but it is called Videha Mukti. They are totally free from both. Subtle body is the cause to take another gross body. But for such person, even they know subtle body is also only instrument. One who knows clear, then there is a no journey. No? Journey possible when subtle body goes from one body to another body, then only life is possible, birth is possible. But for Gnani knows I am not subtle body, then this person is free. There is a no, even no birth, and there is a no birth, then no death. No death is called Amrita. So this Jnani or becomes totally free. They never come back. And why they don't come back? Because now they are merged with all pervading consciousness. So no any limited settlement. This is the meaning of second mantra. And if they ask what is that consciousness and how we can explain. So is third mantra. hmm, So when having yesterday also I had told you if person his life is 80 years. Yesterday also I have told you if person his life is 80 years and at the age of 40, suppose person has self-realization, then still he has to live 40 years. No? These 40 years are called Jivan. Videha. Deha means body. Videha means without any deha. Even no subtle body. Subtle body also is called Sukshma Deha. Gross body is called sthula deha. So amrutaha means without any sukshma deha, without any sthula deha are called amrutaha. Mruta. Hmm? Whenever deha comes, no, I'm not able to write, but if deha comes, deha include two things. This body is called gross body, is called sthula body, and inside subtle body is called sukshma sharira. When this gross body dies, but sukshma sharira travels from this gross body to another gross body. But for Gnani, there is a no sukshma there. He knows I am not subtle body, so is not identification with subtle body. Then there is a no birth. So birth is called janma and death is called mruta. But there is a no janma, then what is the possibility of death? That's why it says amrutaha. In our mind, amruta is one type of nectar. By drinking this, it becomes amruta. But here, really speaking, the mruta means is a death. I can first Jivan Mukta and then Videha Mukta. While living only, they are free, and after death, they are totally free. They are one become this whole pervading. Yesterday also I have said this space is limited. This is glass. We say clay glass. So there is a space inside this glass. So space inside the glass is as though limited by the circumstance of this glass. So if I break this glass, then this space becomes one with this all-pervading space. Same way for Gnanis, this Sukshma Sharira and gross body is like a this, and when these both have gone, they are one become all pervading consciousness. So there is a no birth. Birth is called Janma in Sanskrit and in Hindi also. One who has birth, they definitely has to go to die. So the to die is called Mrita. But this person doesn't have any birth. So no birth, it is called no death. And no death is called Amrita. Yesterday, it is called Parantakala, last death, Parantakala. For Atmagnani, this death is called Parantakala. Then that person never come back. Antaha means last. Paranta, the ultimate last birth. That person, like Ramakrishna Paramhans, when he passed away, is called Parantakala. That soul never comes back, because he once become all pervading conscious. Same Ramana Maharshi passed away. It's called Parantakala. Parantakala means never comes again. It's called Paranta. So Amrutaha Bhavanti means is called Parantakala. Last death. So there is a no next birth. If no next birth, then what is the question of to die? So that's why they say they are becomes Amrutaha means without any death. Death, no birth. Come out from the cycle of birth and death. It is called Amrutaha Bhavati. So having explained this, now teacher would like to explain more about what Shishya has asked question. What is that principle? What is this Atma Tattva? By knowing these people, Adimuchya, and after death they becomes Amruta. What is the name of that principle? We know the principle of that is called Brahman or called Atma. So now we have to say this. Na tatra chakshuhu gacchati, na vak gacchati, no manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimah. Yatha etat anushishya. So tatra, the first word in this mantra is tatra. The meaning of tatra means in consciousness, there actually tatra, tasmin atman, in that consciousness, chakshuhu na gacchati. Literally meaning is I doesn't have any access. Gacchati means to go. I cannot go inside the consciousness. So that's why I have written I can reveal the object which is the external. Our job of our eye is to see external world, and this consciousness, Atma is sitting inside us. How can this eye comes towards inside our body and can see Atma? Cannot see Atma. That's why Tatra Atmani, our eye cannot go. So this sense organ doesn't have any access. This is the meaning. All sense organs cannot reveal the Atma, cannot explain the Atma by telling the Chakshu Gacchati. Same way, na Vak Gacchati. So Vak is a representative of Karmendriya. Chakshu is a representative of eye, means all five sense organs. And this why Vak is a representative of Karmendriya. So now Vak Gacchati. So Shankaracharya is given in his Bhashyam, organ of speech cannot reach to the consciousness, and why speech reveals the object which is external, and our thoughts which are subtle, but subtle is still object. Whatever we thought, if today if we say, don't talk with me, I am not in mood, but we know I am not in mood. So even this mood we cannot see with our eyes, but our mind knows. So this also called subtle object, which are sitting in our mind. So Vak can express, our speech can explain two things. What is external object, and speech can reveal also our internal subtle of our thoughts. Today I know I was thinking like that. These are also subtle objects which are sitting in our mind. Object. It can explain. Today I was thinking like that, something we can explain. So this is also object which is subtle, and external object. A speech can reveal, but speech cannot reveal consciousness. Why? So Shankaracharya is given one beautiful example. He says there is a fire. So he says fire can do two things. One thing fire can does is it can burn anything. And another thing, fire can illumine the object. But if we ask fire, now you illumine and burn yourself, can possible for fire? It can illumine itself. I would like to see myself. Now fire says, I would like to see myself. Can fire illumine fire? No, because Ushna is its own swarupa. Fire cannot illumine fire. It's its own nature only. Same way, if say fire, now you burn it the fire. I cannot burn because it's swarupa. Same way, swarupa of, if we say, what is the swarupa of eye? What is the swarupa of chakshu? Or what is the swarupa of speech? Is nothing but consciousness. So Atma or consciousness cannot speak. This speech cannot speak about the consciousness. I cannot reveal the object consciousness because objective is the nature of even Vak also and Chakshu also. And last one he says, no manaha. So that yesterday I told na manaha, not indeed mind, even nor does mind can speak about what is the consciousness, what is the Atma, because mind can have doubt and mind can even take decision at intellectual level, but about others. But if we say ask for mind, you take something, to do some decision. Intellect cannot take any decision for its intellect. Intellect can take decision. Today this body has to get up early. Intellect can take decision. Now afterward this body won't do anything. Something we can do any type of decision. But if we ask intellect, you take some vow about intellect. It cannot do because it is own nature. Same way it says. That's why how can I describe consciousness? How can I explain consciousness or Atma? Navidmaha. That we have seen last. Navidmaha. The meaning is we don't know. This is the answer of teacher. We don't know how to explain Atma. And we have to always remember Atma, Brahman, consciousness, Chaitanya Tattva, all are same. There is a synonyms. So they says, no vidmaha means we don't know how to explain Atma. Even no vijanimaha. The meaning is we don't know how to impart this, the knowledge of Atma. We don't know. And Shankaracharya ji has put one line of Bhashyam. I have put here. अथ न विजानीमः येन केन प्रकारेण एतद् ब्रह्म अनुशिष्य. And that's why we don't know in which methodology येन प्रकारेण एतद् ब्रह्म means this consciousness अनुशिष्य. How would be I told to you? Anushishya means upadishet, to whom? Shishyaya. To how to make my student about consciousness, I don't know. Yatha etat anushishya. So how this consciousness can be explained, we don't know. And then Shankaracharya has given in his Bhashyam, whatever we know in this world, whatever knowledge we get in this world, we use this four type of topics. Through four topics, we can know anything. One is called jati. In English, it's called species. We ask, suppose some animal we have seen, immediately we ask, this animal belongs to which species? So even human being, we ask, human being is male or female, which species? Even tree has their own species, each and every animal has their own species. So we can identify the object through species first. Then it says we can identify objects through its guna. Meaning of guna in English is called attribute. If I say rose, then immediately you ask, you are talking about which rose? Then we can say it's a pink rose with fragrance. Which one is big? So all are attributes of one object. So whole word is full of attribute. If we ask in some party, if we have gone, we are finding some person. We don't know the name of the person, but we would like to meet that person. So we ask, what is that Mr. X? Then another person who knows Mr. X says, have you seen that tall person? He says, yes, tall person I have seen. Who has wore this black shoe? Then we say black shoe. He says, one who is little bit mustache. So all description is given in attribute. And through this attribute, we can find out this is that person. So we can know person, we can know an object through the attributes. Third thing, we can know any object or any person through any type of action. Somebody say, what are you doing? He say, I am driver. Immediately we understand what he is doing. If we ask Pramina, what are you doing? She says, I am a cook. So from cook we can identify. If somebody says, I am athlete, so again we are, you are runner, what you are. So through kriya, through action, we can identify the object, person or anything. And last one is relationship. Through relationship. This is Puja Swamiji's classical. He says, there is a book. I just write, there is a book. Swami says to ask one student, please bring my books. Then student will ask which book, because library is too big. Then Swamiji says, in the Upanishad section, it is available. The species is Upanishad section, means this is a Veda Purva section. There are many sections, even Vyakaran section. Among these species, one species is called, suppose, Upanishad. In my book is available. Then says, which type of book? Then Swamiji says, it is a green cover, it is a thick book, you please bring. So again he can identify. And Swamiji says, bring it here. Please bring it here. Then whose book is there? Swamiji says, is mine. So we can identify any object to these four categories. Anything in whole world, if you now try to find out only four categories, we can identify any object in this world, even in universe also. Some star, some nakshatra, anything if you find it, it belongs to which category? Immediately we will find out. Right now we would to find out what is the Chaitanya Tattva. Can this Chaitanya Tattva come under this four category? Jati, Gun, Kriya and Sambandha. Can this consciousness can come under this four? Can we identify? So that's why before that I have written the meaning of Atma, consciousness, otherwise we can call also Chaitanya Tattva or consciousness. Another name is Atma. When it's sitting inside, we call as a Atma. The meaning is Apnoti Sarva, which is all pervading. The meaning of Apnoti, it is called all pervading. This is called Atma. Another name is consciousness. Another name is Chaitanya Tattva. And fourth name, there are many names, but one I have written, Brahman, which comes in Taittiriya Upanishad. And in this in Taittiriya Upanishad only, the definition of Brahman is given, Satyam, Gnanam, Anantam Brahma. So what is the meaning of Satyam? Here the Satyam is to speak in truth. To say no, the meaning of Satyam is existence. Does consciousness exist? We say yes. Then this Satyam indicate existence. Existence may be inert. So does is inert or conscious? To indicate this Brahman is not inert, but existence is consciousness. To show this, it is given Gnanam. So here the meaning of Gnanam is not object, knowledge of any object, but Gnanam is mere consciousness. Gyapti, Shankaracharya has written is Gyapti. Because of presence of who everything can be known. That is called Gnanam. So this Brahman, which is exist, which is consciousness, third is called Anantam. The meaning of Anantam is it is not bound by time, it is not bound by any object thing, it is not bound by any space. This is the meaning of Anantam. Deshakala Vastu Aparichinna. It is not bound by anything. This is the meaning. So if we analyze more, when we say it is not bound by any space, means it is not limited in one space. The meaning is all pervading. When we say it is not bound by space, is equal to all pervading, everywhere. When we say it is a not bound by anything, any object, means it is only one, non-dual, ekameva advitiyam. That consciousness, it is a not bound by any space, is equal to sarva vyaptam, is all-pervading. It is an only one, non-dual, ekam advitiyam. This consciousness, and again, not bound by time, means it doesn't have any janma, it doesn't have any death. Because if something is bound by time, it's only have birth and death. So this is the definition is given in Taittiriya Upanishad of Brahman. And the same Brahman, another name is Atma, another name is consciousness. That's why Brahman is equal to Atma. I am Atma Brahman is given in Mandukya. Now this Brahman, does it fit in this four category, Jati, Gun, Kriya? So that's why I have written, to understand this Brahman, to understand or to know anything, we use some categories. First we have used is Jati, species. Does Brahman has any Jati? We say Brahman does have any Jati, so we say Ekameva Dvitiyam is a non-dual because it is not bound by any object. So Ekamev. So Jati possible only there are many things. And otherwise there is a no Jati. So we cannot explain through Jati Brahman. Then Brahman have any gunas like attributes like thick, thin, black, white, something. So it's a nirguna. It doesn't have any type of guna. So we cannot explain Brahman or Atma through any attributes. Can we explain Brahman through Kriya, any action? Like something Bhagwan is doing Ashirad, then it is Brahman. Can it possible? So always we have to remember any action possible when there is a limit is there. Anytime the space above this ashram feel uncomfortable, they feel now I am bored, I would like to go US. Is it possible for the Akasha space to go to US? Is it possible? No, but why? Be everywhere because space is everywhere. So space cannot run because it is all pervading. Avakasha is everywhere, need not to run because everywhere. Same way, Brahman is everywhere, all pervading. It cannot perform any type of action. Akriyaha. Anytime the space above the even Porbandar thinks loud, let me do shake hand with a space about the Mumbai. Cannot possible because everything is one only. That's why any Kriya cannot be possible in Brahman. This is a third thing. And relationship. How can relationship possible? Relationship needs minimum two things. Then I can say this is a relationship. So relationship needs two things. Brahman poor is alone. How can it relationship? So Brahman, we cannot explain through Jati. We cannot explain Brahman through even Kriya, Guna or Sambandha. That's why poor this teacher says, Na vidmaha, na vijanimaha. There is one expression of teacher, no? We don't know. Yatha etad anushishyat, na vidmaha. How can we taught? Yatha means how, etad means this Atma, anushishyat. How would be the taught? na vidmaha. We don't know. Na vijanimaha. In suppose, yeah. Yeah, this is, yeah. Na vidmaha. Na vidmaha. Na vijanimaha. We don't know how to explain yatha etad anushishyat. How to explain na vidmaha vijanimaha meanings we don't know. And why they don't know? Because Brahman cannot be explained through jati, guna, kriya, sambandha. That's why this is the meaning of this third mantra. Because our senses cannot explain, even our karmendriya cannot explain, even mind doesn't have any explanation power. That's why na vidmaha, na vijani. That's why we don't know. Two times na vidmaha, na vijani, meaning both is same. We don't know. And what? Yatha etad anushishya. How can it be taught, would be taught, that we don't know? This is the meaning of this third mantra. How can we explain? We don't know. And now in this fourth mantra, they have given the definition of Brahman, Atma or consciousness in this first line. Who is this Brahman? He says, Anyat eva tad viditat atha aviditat adi. So now I will show the meaning of this vakya or sentence. Here anyat eva tat viditat. Here tat is there. Tat brahma or tat atma viditat anyat. In same way tat atma aviditat adi. So yesterday I have used, there are two words have been used. One is called vidita. And another is called Vidita. So now we have to know what is Vidita, what is Avidita, and Anyat. It is a different from Vidita, Chaitanya Tattva, and it is a different from Avidita. So Anyat is called different, and Adi is also called different. So this Chaitanya Tattva is different from Avidita, and this consciousness is different from Avidita. Vidita, Avidita, different. Now we have to find out what is the meaning of Vidita and what is the meaning of Avidita. આમાં જુદા પડે છે તો એક જ. So now Anyat eva tad viditat aviditat adi iti shushruha purvesham ye nahatat vyajachakshir. So I have given the meaning of viditat anyat or viditat anyat. So viditat anyat means other than. Vidit, really speaking, it's called known. And avidita means unknown. So Chaitanya Tattva is other than known also and other than unknown also. So now we have to find out what comes under Vidita. So that's why I have written what can be understood by the method of knowing. Everything is called Vidita. Right now we don't know, but sometime after investigating something, we can know. So what can be understood through the method of knowing? Everything is called vidita. That word is called known. This is so any object available in this universe we can understand through our five sense organ, all everything. If somebody says, oh, there are one star is far away for our Prithvi or Earth, so we can say we can use our telescope. There are advanced telescopes are available through we can find out the many stars which are too far away. Even we are using telescope, but still eye is there behind the telescope. So we are using our sense organ. Something which are very minute, like bacteria, virus, now COVID, all are very minute, which cannot available through to see eye. So at that time, we use the microscope. So through microscope, we can see which is not available for our this local eye. Even now, electron microscope are also available. So we can see even electron, micron, proton. So we know proton, electron and neutron. It is very, very, very subtle, but still we can see through electron microscope. So all are comes under vidita, known thing. So manifest word is called vidita. The whole word which is in manifest form may be subtle or gross, whatever is called vidita. And teacher says to his Shishya, this consciousness is other than this Vedita word. So even our body, mind, sense complex also comes under this Vidita, Vidita means know. We know our body, we know our mind, and we know our senses. So it is called BMS also comes under Vidita. So Guruji has said to his Shishya, this Chaitanya Tattva is other than Vidita, other than the known things. And this consciousness is also other than here. Adi word has been used in the mantra. The meaning of Adi is also other than. And Anyat also word has been used in mantra. Meaning is other than. So it says, then what is the meaning of Avidita? So Shankaracharya has given in his Bhashya, Avidita is Maya, unmanifest form, Vyakruta, Avyakruta. This is Maya is Avyakruta, whole Jagat is Vyakruta. Vyakruta is manifested form. Avyakruta means unmanifested form. This, huh? But this, we can write also Avyakta. Both have same meaning, Vyakta and Vyakruta. So we can write is Avyakta also. Vyakta, which is available through five sense organ, is called Vyakta. But which is not available is called Avyakta. So Vyakrut is equal to Vyakta. This word is Vyakta, or we can say this word is Vyakruta, while Maya is Avyakruta and Avyakta. So this consciousness, this is other than Jagat also, this consciousness is other than Maya also. And one more thing I would like to teach. What is this? Again, this is the pot. If I ask what is the cause of this pot, then what is the answer? Clay. Clay is the cause of this pot. So technical name of this pot, it is called karyam. While clay is the cause. Clay is the cause, is called karana in Sanskrit, while pot is called karyam. Karyam. K-A, karyam. Same way, if I say this is the mouse, then plastic may be karanam and this is karya. So whole jagat is called karyam. That's I have written here. Whole jagat is karyam and maya is the karanam of whole jagat, is the upadan karanam. So what is remain? This Chaitanya Tattva is not Vyakruta also. Chaitanya Tattva is not Avyakruta Maya also. This Chaitanya Tattva is not whole world also. This Chaitanya Tattva is not Maya also. Then what remains? Only Chaitanya Tattva, and who is the you only. So whatever remaining is nothing but you. This is the definition of consciousness. Consciousness, we are also conscious. So we are beyond even Karanam, we are beyond Karya. Karya Karana Vilakshana. There is a one is given in Vivek Chudamani. So real nature of consciousness, Brahman or Atma, it is other than known and consciousness other than unknown. So unknown is called Maya, known is called Jagat. So our real nature is we are beyond Jagat, we are beyond Maya, so only one is left out. Everything is covered in this only 4 words. Only one thing is left out, and what is this? Chaitanya Tattva. And how many Chaitanya Tattva? Only one. Then who is this? You or me? Nothing else. So, what is that principle because of which Kene Shitam, the name of that is called consciousness, Maya, not consciousness, Atma, Brahman, everything. So, this is the answer of teacher. The definition of Atma is Viditat Anyat, Aviditat Adi. It is beyond known thing, even beyond Maya. So only one thing is left out is consciousness. That's why it is beyond Karya Karana. So our real nature is different from manifest world, and our real nature is different from unmanifest form of Maya. So only one thing is remain is what? Only consciousness. This you are that very knowledge because of which you know and you don't know. Whole Jagat is divided in two things only. I know, I don't know. So yesterday I have said, I know also, I don't know also. So whole Jagat is dependent on I know. And whenever we say I know, I cannot write. So I is called Aham. I is Aham and Asmi. So I know is Aham Asmi is the substratum of know also, don't know also. If know and don't know will go, still I know will remain. This is the truth of ourselves. Only I know. I used to say, whenever we are very little girl, so our mother would like to give the frock like frill. Why frill? I used to say this aham asmi means I. He has total 5 frill. Aham asmi means consciousness. He has 5 frill. One, let me take 1 or 5. One is Sthula Deha, Annamaya Kosha. Second is Pranamaya Kosha. Third one is called Manomaya. Fourth one is Vijnanmaya. Fifth is Anandmaya. But these all are the keep on changing. Aham asmi, remain as it is. This is our real nature. Everything will come and go. Aham asmi, I am. When body is there, then we can speak I. But there is a no body, still that consciousness will remain. That is I, that principle, Devaha, what student has asked in first mantra, that is called I, my. as a consciousness who is all pervading. This is my nature. So how can you explain everything? So it is in second line. We will see when tomorrow detail. Iti Shushruma. In this way, this teacher said, we have heard from whom Purvesha. There are many teachers have iti means in this manner. Shushruma means we have heard this teaching viditat anyat aviditat adi iti Shushruma. We have heard from whom Purvesham Acharyanam. They have told us Ye Acharyaha Naham is to us Etat Vyach Chakshire. Tat means that consciousness which is our real nature. Vyach Chakshire means they expound, they have described the knowledge of this is of consciousness. But detail we will see tomorrow. So Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Dachyate Purnasya Purnamadav Purnameva Vashishyate Shanti Shanti Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha Hari Om